Right, it is a day that men are celebrated across the world for the contribution they make in this society to just make the society and families better. We're talking about International Men's Day. What message do you have for the men of this world? It could be your brother, your sister, your spouse, your son, and also me, your uncle tonight. Sign language interpreter tonight is Jocelyn Ouko. My name is Brian Amuai. You're welcome to be part of the program tonight. By engaging us on our socials at Amuai Brian, that is on Twitter or X at Lookuptv. We are also live on Facebook and on YouTube, that is at Lookuptv. Do share with us your feedback on those particular social platforms, and we'll be sampling some of it as we continue with the program tonight. Tonight we do have so much lined up for you, from politics all the way to this day. What are we celebrating, and what message do people have as far as International Men's Day is concerned? But first, these are the top stories tonight. On Look Up Weekend tonight.
Naona wengine watu wetu wamepotea, wanaongea mambo ya uchaguzi ya 2032. Those are people who are lost. We are only 1 year in office. How can you discuss 2032? Even 2027 is a premature debate. Si ndio? Mimi sitaki mtu anihusishe kwa hiyo debate ya 32 na nini. I am busy.
2027 is a premature debate. DP Rigathi Gachagua castigates leaders campaigning for 2027 and 2032, saying the Kenya Kwanza government is only 1 year in office. Also tonight,
mimi sifichi kusema ya kwamba pale ambapo mimi nasimamia, mimi najenga watu, mimi ni mwana azimio.
Former President Uhuru Kenyatta makes a public appearance as he still maintains he is in azimio, calling on leaders to unite the nation. And
men too are humans, and they love to be loved, they love to be celebrated, and we must celebrate them all the time.
Time to celebrate the engine of the family unit. The world marks International Men's Day as their responsibility in society is stressed. Right, welcome to the program tonight. Let's begin. President William RUTO has reiterated that his main agenda is to turn around the economic situation in the country and make life bearable for Kenyans. Now addressing a congregation in Bomet County, President RUTO slammed the opposition over claims Raila Odinga made regarding the government-to-government fuel deal, insisting that the deal is aimed at addressing the issue of the cost of fuel, while noting that neighboring countries are in a rush to secure similar deals.
As millions of Kenyans continue to decry the tough economic times amid the rise in the cost of common commodities, President William RUTO now says is a demonstration as a concrete plan to strengthen Kenya's economy by reducing large debts which have continued to sink the economy, citing that 8 countries in Africa have already failed to manage their accumulating debts.
Nimesema kazi yangu ya kwanza ni kudhibiti uchumi wa taifa letu la Kenya. Kwa sababu nchi hii ilikuwa inaendelea kuteleza kuelekea mahali ambapo madeni ingetuzamisha mpaka tupelekwe pale watu wenye wameshindwa madeni kulipa wanapelekwa kwa mnada, pigiwe kengele. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Nikiongea na nyinyi sasa hivi, nchi karibu 8 katika bara la Afrika hii, ya mwisho ilikuwa last week, nchi moja last week, sitaki kutaja majina, walifika hapo kwa shimo kwamba sasa wameshindwa kulipa mambo yao.
With former Prime Minister Raila Odinga in the recent days slamming the government over the government-to-government fuel deal, the head of state has called on opposition to provide concrete evidence to substantiate their claims, insisting that the deal signed with the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia has improved the situation, with neighboring countries seeking the same plan.
Hiyo transaction tumefanya imesort out mambo matatu. Ya kwanza imesort out matatizo ya supply. Sasa hakuna petrol station yenye haina mafuta, number 1. Number 2, imesort out problem ya madola. Walikuwa wanahangaika kampuni kutafuta dola kutoka benki hii ati benki hii ati benki ile, kwa sababu hakukuwa na mpango ya sawasawa. Serikali ya Kenya tumefanya MOU ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba tunaweza kununua mafuta, kampuni zetu ziweze kununua kwa pesa ya Kenya badala ya kutafuta madola. Today, all oil companies, oil marketing companies in Kenya, they buy fuel, they buy petroleum products in Kenya shillings. Na jambo la tatu ni kwamba ile transaction tumefanya na Saudia na UAE, leo watu ya Uganda, watu ya Tanzania, watu wa Rwanda ndio wanaenda kutafuta ile sisi tayari tuko naye.
In an effort to raise the country's economy, the president acknowledged receiving 110 billion Kenyan shillings last week from donors, adding that this week he will also receive more funds in a bid to turn around the country's economic situation.
Mumeona juzi, last week, tumepata pesa karibu bilioni 110 kwa sababu ya vile nimepanga mambo ya uchumi. Wiki hii, kwa mapenzi ya Mungu, kuanzia kesho, mutaona tena vile tutapata pesa ingine kutoka marafiki na waegezaji ambao sasa wameamini.
John Matava, Lookuptv.
Now, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has dismissed a section of elected leaders over engaging in premature 2032 politics, insisting that he is not interested in succession politics. Gachagua, while attending a church service in Bungoma County, highlighted the need to focus on the current tenure and dismissed 2027-2032 debates as useless and unproductive, further emphasizing his commitment to aiding President William Ruto in turning around the economic situation.
The Deputy President is championing for a constitutional change through a referendum to increase the number of counties from 47 to 52, but Rigathi is not in support of constituency addition.
Kweli kupata county ni kibarua. Lazima tubadilishe katiba. Na lazima tuende kitu inaitwa referendum. Hiyo ndio ukweli. So mutangangana, lakini ni kibarua. Because ndio county katiba inasema they are 47. Ndio zikuwe 48, 49, 50, 51 kwenda mbele. We have to change the constitution through a referendum.
As he continued to analyze challenges being faced by Kenyans, he had this to say about the coffee sector and international business relationships.
Maziwa imekuwa nyingi sana na bei ikaanza kuteremuka. Rais wetu ameingilia hiyo maneno, ametoa pesa katika new KCC ya kustabilize bei ya maziwa.
On the same regard, Gachagua has asked leaders in the ruling Kenya Kwanza to stop talking about 2032 succession politics, saying the government's focus is on rebuilding the Kenyan economy.
Naona wengine watu wetu wamepotea, wanaongea mambo ya uchaguzi ya 2032. Those are people who are lost. We are only 1 year in office. How can you discuss 2032? Even 2027 is a premature debate. Si ndio? Mimi sitaki mtu anihusishe kwa hiyo debate ya 32 na nini. I am busy nikisaidia rais kufufua uchumi.
However, Deputy President has acknowledged the tough task ahead of him in eradicating agents and cartels in the agricultural sector, maintaining that he remains undeterred in his resolve to ensure farmers reap from their efforts.
Wiki tatu iliyopita nilikuwa nimetembea Ubelgiji na nikatembea Ujerumani kutafuta soko ya kahawa, ndio niweze kuunganisha wakulima wa kahawa na wakunywaji kahawa direct. Hii vita ya kahawa ni kali sana, kwa sababu zaidi ya miaka 35 hao middlemen, hawa brokers wamekuwa wakikula jasho ya mkulima na wamezoea kukula na kukula vizuri. Sasa kutoa nyama kwa mdomo ya simba ni kibarua.
Rigathi was in the company of National Assembly Speaker Moses Masika Wetangula during an interdenominational church service in Mount Elgon at Kopsiro DCC grounds, Bungoma County.
Kenya is a multi-party democracy. Na lazima tushirikiane. Lazima tutembee pamoja, tufanye kazi pamoja, ili tusikije kurudi tena katika Bungoma yetu, kuangaishana katika matanga.
Ruga Ival, Lookuptv.
Right, now away from that, former President Uhuru Kenyatta has today told off the government of President William RUTO for constantly blaming the former administration on promises they failed to deliver. Uhuru was speaking as he attended a fundraising ceremony at Full Gospel Church in Mwingi, where he was accompanied by Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka. He is a man whose public appearance is rare ever since the last elections. President Uhuru Kenyatta on Sunday made a public appearance this time round in Mwingi for a church fundraiser event. The former head of state taking the chance to castigate the government for always blaming him for its failed promises.
Tumetishwa, tumeambiwa sijui nini, kila saa mtu akishindwa njia ya kufanya kitu yake. Sijui serikali iliyopita. Sasa kesho yake mtasema hata watoto wakikataa ama mama akikataa kuzaa, najua Uhuru. Tumezoea tu, tunayasikia inaingia na inapita na tunaendelea. Ama ni namna gani? Tangu ni kuwaombea amani.
The fourth president also took the time to stress that he is still in azimio, calling on leaders and Kenyans not to allow politics of division.
Lakini nimeshukuru kuona vile viongozi wamekaa pamoja, kwa sababu mimi sifichi kusema ya kwamba pale ambapo mimi nasimamia, mimi najenga watu, mimi ni mwana azimio. Hapa mimi sio mtapeli wa kuruka huku na kuruka huku. Sijui ati leo iko hivi, leo iko hivi. Mimi nilikuwa msimamo wangu, nitakana msimamo wangu, kwa sababu hivyo ndivyo tulifundishwa na wale wazee ambao walifundisha siasa. Kuwa mtu ambaye anaweza kutumika leo na kesho, sio mtu wa kuyumba namna hii, ndio sisi hatuko hapa. We are where we have to stay and we are proud of it, and we are hopeful of a bright future for
The leaders accompanying Uhuru castigated the government for the rising cost of living, saying Kenyans continue to bear the brand of punitive taxes.
Na kazi ya kiongozi sio kujitetea tumbo yake. Kazi ya kiongozi ni kutetea maslahi ya mwananchi wa kawaida. Na pahali ambapo tunakosea ni wakati viongozi wanatetea tumbo zao. Wakati viongozi wanatumia vyeo kujitetea wenyewe.
Right, from matters politics, let's go to issues that have to do with the weather. Now, as floods continue to wreak havoc across the country, with the coastal region heavily affected, counties have been called upon to do more in efforts to combat the raging floods through setting aside more funds for rescue mission and provision of humanitarian aid. Now, this comes as the death toll rises to 33, up from 19, with over 80,000 households heavily affected by the floods.
As the country continues to experience heavy rainfall, with many parts of the country experiencing floods, the floods have continued to wreak havoc, with the death toll rising to 33 from 19, with over 80,000 households greatly affected by the raging waters. According to a statement from the office of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, different areas continue to receive heavy rainfall. Among the affected most counties include Mombasa, Garissa, Tana River, Makueni, Marsabit, Kilifi, Kwale, Meru, Isiolo, Turkana, Samburu, Homa Bay, among others. According to the Deputy President, the government has deployed choppers on joint rescue mission of marooned families and distribution of humanitarian aids, alongside continued surveillance on various areas across the country. Also, the government is said to repair destroyed infrastructure and improve response, as well as providing security to camps occupied by Kenyans affected by the floods. Gachagua has, however, called upon counties to step up their efforts in ensuring the safety of millions of Kenyans. Part of the mitigation include counties should set aside more funds to complement government efforts, clogging of waterways and drainage systems, those living in low-lying and flood-prone areas to move to safe ground. Kenyans should be high alert and avoid taking risks. Kenyans should heed to advice from the Meteorological Department. Meanwhile, the convoy of Lamu Governor Issa Timami was forced to find alternative route on his way to distribute food aid to those affected by the rains. Timami and the Kenya Red Cross team Al Kahiri Foundation were headed for Lomish village in Lamu County to offer humanitarian support, with Al Kahiri Foundation donating 7.5 tons of food as Tana River County eats the red mark with a large number of victims of El Nino rains, with over 1,000 people displaced.
Na bwana governor kwamba tutaacha boti moja hapa kwa kipindi cha kama wiki hivi ama wiki na nusu ili iweze kusaidia jamii kuweza kuaccess essential services. My name is Hassan Musa. Today we are at Lumshib a village with over 268 households. This is a village that is marooned, and the community here cannot access essential services. We were here two days ago, and one of the things that we observed is that they lack essential.
Na county government na pia una shirika la Al Khair Foundation, sote watatu, county government, Red Cross na Al Khair Foundation collaborate na beneficiaries ni watu wetu. Kwa hivyo tukishirikiana watu wetu ndio hunufaika. Na nataka pia nishukuru county team ya medical kiongozwa na Dr. Mbarak, wamefika hapa na wametathmini na pia wametibu, wamekuja na madawa, na pia tumekubaliana kwa kila baada siku.
Regan Lemeguran, Lookuptv.
All right, another story by Regan takes us to our first break here on Lookup Weekend. Let me just take your feedback here. Caleb Isuben says, Kibera, Nairobi, tuned in. Thank you so much for tuning in and trusting us to bring you up to date with the news today. Celine Nyangere says, Happy International Men's Day to all men. Your love. Thank you so much for your feedback and, wishing men a happy International Men's Day. All right. Continue engaging us on Facebook, that is at Lookuptv, and we are also on Twitter and on YouTube. We'll be sampling your feedback as we continue the program tonight. We do want to take that short break. We'll be back in a moment.
Welcome to Zahara Gardens, located in the serene Rosegate Nashu area of Dagoretti Mutarakwa Road at Shell Lusingeti. Zahara Gardens is a haven of tranquility, margin affordability and wholesome family living. What's more, it is conveniently located just 300 meters off the proposed Rosegate Nashu Suswa Link Road, currently being tarmacked. You simply cannot afford to miss this deal of a lifetime. To book a plot, call 0723 979797 or visit us on 4th Avenue Towers along 4th Ngong Avenue off Bishop Road. Zahara Gardens is a product of Fusion Estates. Fusion Estates, your land ownership partner.
The story we're telling today is a story of passion in practice that grows into business.
We have partnered with the Youth Fund, talk to as many youth as possible and work with them, hold their hand.
It is an expose of captains who have decided to take on challenges in different sectors and industries within the country.
My mentors had also not started as CEOs. They grew up and they showed me how they grew in the organizations. So that's what motivated me to actually do international business. And it was a good experience.
As an individual, support in bridging that care gap, part of me also to offer a solution. I want to leave this world a better place than I found it.
This is the Captain's Arena. My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiage.
Infinity Industrial Park is one of the largest private industrial parks located along Eastern Bypass, Nairobi, which provides modern infrastructure for smooth operations for industries and business enterprises. Infinity Industrial Park offers world-class amenities and facilities with wide roads, a police station, a power substation, fire station, public transport stage, hospital, and shopping mall. In addition, Infinity Industrial Park also offers CCTV cameras, 24-hour private armed security patrol, sewer, water, fiber optic cable, and 3-phase power connection, added to public utility, canteen, and dining areas. Sail on the golden opportunity to invest in Infinity Industrial Park fully serviced warehouses at a special price of 3,569 Kenyan shillings per square foot. For more inquiries, visit our website infinityindustrialpark.com.
All right, now thank you so much for staying with us here on Lookup Weekend. Let's continue with the news tonight. Now, Kenya National Highway Authority has embarked on a process to mount traffic cameras along the northern corridor in a bid to tame speeding motorists. Now, this comes as thousands of Kenyans continue to lose their lives to road carnages. Motorists have been urged to exercise caution amid raging floods and as the festivities draw near.
Kenyans losing their lives to road carnage, most of which occur along the northern corridor. The Kenya National Highway Authority has proposed to mount cameras along major roads to reduce the number of road accidents by at least 20%. According to National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA, 3,000 people have died across this year, with speeding, careless overtaking, and drunk driving being identified as major causes. According to Ezekiel Fukwo, the authority has identified all black spots on the country's major roads, and mitigation measures have been put in place to reduce the road carnage.
Globally, the main contributor to accident is overspeeding, and it's out of that the CS of Transport and Roads directed that speed cameras be erected in various high-ranking places along the Nairobi-Nakuru Road, what we call the A8, and various places have been identified in which there is a process of trying to procure those cameras that will ensure that there is enforcement in terms of overspeeding, and we anticipate that with that measure we shall reduce accidents by 15 to 20%. Yes, as I indicated, the procurement process is in place, and we anticipate to do them within this financial year.
However, Naivasha MP Jane Kihara expressed her concern over the quality and standards of driving schools in the country, noting that they should be audited.
I think the driving schools we went to no longer exist, and if they are there, what you are taught, they don't teach anymore. The road signs, you'll see a driver just doing exactly the opposite. The road markings, when there is an...
Ivy Owangolo, Lookuptv.
All right, now in a bid to boost agricultural output, modern farmers in Thika, Kiambu County are unlocking the potential of small plots of land through a revolutionary approach known as agroecology. And as Bridget Agola now tells us about Samuel Nderitu, an expert in this sustainable farming method, who has transformed a modest piece of land into a thriving agricultural heaven.
In this drum, for 21 days, that's 3 weeks, so the liquid will be very rich in potassium.
As farming remains the backbone of the country's economy, with the government in a race to ensure it prioritizes production, farmers in different parts of the country continue to embrace new agricultural systems that might yield better results.
Crop intensive is one of the many forms of agroecology, and it targets very small holder farmers that maybe owns 1 to 5 acres of land, and farmers that want to increase their production.
Nderitu, a seasoned agriculture specialist, explains that agroecology is a production system that emphasizes the synergy between plants and animals, promotes soil regeneration, and relies on organic fertilizers. Despite its success, this eco-friendly farming method faces significant challenges, primarily from climate change and other human-induced disruptions, posing a threat to farms like Nderitu's.
One of the benefits of going organic is that, of course, climate change will have beaten climate change, because one of the thing that contributes to climate change is agricultural activities, and that is man-made. It is human activities, using lots of chemicals, using machinery that produces a lot of carbon that goes into the atmosphere, and all that. If you are able to lower the carbon emission that goes into the air from agricultural activities, then we'll have done a lot to our environment.
However, the journey towards embracing kilimo asilia is not without hurdles.
Process where you will use a lot of organic matter, pump it into the soil as you reduce chemical fertilizers. For example, if you have 1 acre, a farmer requires 100 kilos of diammonium phosphate, that's DAP. And for that farmer, if they want to stop gradually the use of chemical fertilizers, they'll, in the first season, use 1 bag, that's 50 kilos of DAP, and use like 2 tons of organics.
Emmanuel Atamba, the founder of the Agricultural and Pastoralist Support in Development Organization, echoes Nderitu's sentiment.
We know that we have challenges with our food systems, that we have been unable, despite using a lot of resources in the recent past and a lot of conversations and a lot of initiatives, we have been unable to secure a meal for each and every person in the world today. According to FAO, still more than 750 million people globally are affected by food insecurity.
The Thika community serves as a testament to the transformative power of kilimo asilia, showcasing that sustainable farming practices can pave the way for a resilient and environmentally conscious agricultural sector. Bridget Agola, Lookuptv.
All right, now next. As the world commemorates International Men's Day today, the spouse of the Deputy President, Pastor Dorcas Wigadi, has called on the society to embrace the boy child as one way of solving issues affecting the society, such as female genital mutilation. Now, she said men must be involved in the fight against the vice if there will be success. This comes as more than 200 men have already graduated under her rehabilitation program, while another group is set to graduate next week in Nyandarua.
Nobody celebrates them. Yes. We celebrate the Mother's Day, we celebrate the Women's Day, we celebrate all the other days. But I'm very sure many of you did not know today is celebrated, and we must celebrate them all the time. Yes. And that is why today, as we came here, I came to talk about my office. As you have heard many times, I am always saying that the boy child is a seed carrier and he must be taken care of. Yes, they may have erred and they have gone astray. They may have taken the bangi, they may have taken the bruise, they may have taken vero and whatever else they are taking. But they are still our children. Right now, I think things are changing, because when we started the advocacy, people were saying it is impossible. But now you can see the government has a goodwill where they are now working to make sure that the illicit blues and all these drugs are being eradicated. And you can see now the campaign, it's not only us who are doing it, but it is being done by administration, it is being done by leadership, and also the church, the clergy across Kenya.
Right, International Men's Day to us, and just like she says, we like to be celebrated, pampered, all that. Away from that, President William Ruto is tonight jetting out to Germany and France, focused on bolstering economic ties with the two countries. His visit comes after President William Ruto alluded to signing an agreement with his German counterpart over at least 200,000 jobs for Kenyans in the country. His visit comes amid backlash over the numerous trips he has made abroad with his trusted lieutenants, among them his deputy, coming to his defense, insisting that the trips have brought economic benefits to the country.
To export labor ya Kenya. Kila wiki tunataka export ya labor, watu 3,000 ama 5,000 kila wiki waende wafanye kazi katika duniani kote, ndio waweze kutuletea pesa, wajisimamie, ndio tuweze kubadilisha Kenya. Mimi mnanielewa? Hiyo kazi yote inahitaji mpango na inahitaji vile watu watashirikiana. Nimekuwa Saudi Arabia last week. Huyu waziri wangu amekuwa pale kwa balozi wa Saudi Arabia kwa sababu kuna vile tulikubaliana. Rais wa Ujerumani alikuwa Kenya karibu miezi 3-4 iliyopita. Leo usiku mimi naenda Ujerumani kwa sababu alituahidi ya kwamba tutapata nafasi ya ajira watu 200,000. Lazima niende nipange hiyo kazi. Rais wa kule Ufaransa vile vile kuna vile tumekubaliana. Viongozi wa sehemu mbalimbali. Mimi nikitoka Kenya, mimi siendi kazi ya utalii. Mimi naenda kazi ya wananchi wa Kenya. Kwa sababu najua nimechaguliwa kwa kazi gani.
Right now, Siaya Governor James Orengo has called on President William Ruto and his troops to stop the blame games and deliver on their mandate. Now, the first-time governor noted that Ruto has been at the helm of the country's leadership for 1 year and has failed to put remedies in place to caution Kenyans from the harsh economic times, but keeps on blaming former President Uhuru Kenyatta.
When Kibaki and Raila Amolo Odinga took over the government of the Republic of Kenya in 2002 and 2007, Moi had brought Kenya down. Revenue collection was under 400 billion. They did not go on a journey of making excuses and blames every day, calling Moi names. They say, no, we took responsibility and we want to change government for the good of the people. It is high time that the RUTO crowd should stop blaming others. They are purportedly in the mantle, and they should make the lives of the people of Kenya better. Raila will be the president of the Republic of Kenya at whatever time, at whatever age, it shall happen.
Now, the anti-female genital mutilation fight is bearing fruits after 15 renowned, notorious top female circumcisers confessed their sins. Now, they have been perpetrating on young girls in West Pokot County. According to the women, the vice has been the main contributor and genesis of many lagging behind in education and failing to pursue their dreams. They have now embarked on a mission to stop the barbaric practice which is rampant in the region for many decades, saying they will become ambassadors in the fight against FGM.
Sisi nimekuja hapa kwa Sauria. Sisi ilikuwa wenye natairi watoto. Nilikuwa sina natairi watoto. Kumbe sina fikiria nimefanya kazi mzuri, kumbe mbaya. Sasa sisi akakaa mpaka sinaona hiyo njia nakuwa njia mbaya. Ndio sasa simekuja hapa kusema sinataka nje yetu watoto yetu endelee mzuri. Sinataka tupa kisu kabisa, sinakuja kutupa kisu kabisa. Si akasema kisu asindwe kwa nje yetu kwa jina Yesu.
wa kivyetu akakuja kumwambia sisi maneno ya kuketa watoto si mzuri. Nimekataa kwa maana meharibu watoto wetu. Meharibu watoto wetu, ni watoto wetu hapana soma mzuri.
All right, now Turkana Governor Jeremiah Lomurukai has cautioned those engaging in banditry within the county and across its borders, insisting that they will soon have it rough. Now, Lomurukai further called on leaders within the neighboring counties faced with banditry to work together with legislator Dido Ali, the vice chairperson of the National Assembly Security Committee, emphasizing on the need to ensure calm is restored in the northeastern counties to ensure residents lead normal lives.
Mambo ya kuiba mali ya watu, kuchukua ngamia, kuchukua punda, ng'ombe na mali ingine yote, tafadhali tuachane na hiyo biashara. Na wale watu wanachochea ghasia eti sisi wengine kama viongozi wa hapa, sisi tuko na urafiki na Pokoti wetu, tumeishi miaka 10 kwa amani na tunawapenda wale Pokoti wameishi na sisi kwa amani. Kwa hivyo mtu yoyote katika Turkana County ambaye anaingilia vita ya wizi na kuteka advantage ya conflict na kuanza kuiba mali ya watu, sisi wengine hatutakuwa na wewe. Kurudisha mali ya watu, kula yako, hata kama uko na mbuzi moja, salisha, enda fanya biashara na upate mali, lakini usipate laana kwa kuiba mali ya watu wengine.
Turkana County is one of the counties in arid and semi-arid lands that has continuously experienced insecurity, and we want to find out what the government is doing, what the people are doing, and also how can we partner with the government as communities so that the issue of insecurity, although it cannot be completely eliminated, it can be managed so that children are able to go back to school. The pastoralist communities are able to look after their livestock and go about their business without much interruption by roaming gunmen and bandits who have made life extremely difficult for the people around here.
All right, now let's get sporty tonight. The World Cross Country bronze medal winner Agnes Jabet Ngetich ran the second fastest time to emerge the winner of the Lille 10-kilometer race in France. Now, Agnes won the race in 29 minutes and 26 seconds ahead of Immaculate Nyango and Christine Joki, who finished second and third, respectively. Now, Boaz Sugut led his team to clinch the overall team winners title with 117 points at the penultimate leg of the KCB East Africa Golf Tour, which was held in Nandi County rather. On the other hand, seasoned handicap 20 golfer Eric Choge carded an excellent score of 40 Stableford points to emerge the overall winner, award beating over 100 golfers who participated. Now, the Pro-M Grand Finale is rather scheduled for December 15th this year at the current country club in Nairobi.
Smile, smile, smile.
Right, we've come to the end of our program tonight. Thank you so much for making time for this bulletin. We do not take that for granted. You taking your time and trusting us to bring you up to date with the news making headlines across the country. Vincent Kirop says thanks for watching from Bomet. Thank you so much for tuning in, Vincent. We do not take that for granted. All right, on behalf of everyone that has made it a success tonight, I do want to thank you so much for watching. Let's do this again next time. Do have yourselves a lovely night. Asal Language Interpreter tonight has been just Finoko.